Okay, guys, now let's create cart functionality. Okay, we have created this cart screen earlier. Okay, let's minimize this auth folder and let's open this cart folder. Inside this cart folder, we have domain folder. Inside domain folder, let's create two new folders. One going to be model and another one repo. Okay, now let's create a new file inside the model folder. Let's say cart model dot file, and here let's create the class cart model, and let's give the properties to this class. We'll have id, product id, which product we are adding to the cart, and title, product title, image url, product price. We have discount also, and quantity, and boolean. It's selected boolean. Let's say is completed. Okay, now let's create the constructor. Press Ctrl and dot and choose this one. Create the constructor. Okay, now let's extend this with the equitable package and press Ctrl and dot over here and create one missing override. Select on that and give the class properties here. We have title, product ID, image URL, price, discount, quantity. It's completed. Okay, give the const here. Okay, press Ctrl and dot and let's create send it JSON serialization and also copy with method. Okay, let's remove this. We do not need that. Also remove these two lines. Okay, now open up the data folder and inside the data folder. Now let's create two new folders here. One going to be data source and another one. It's going to be repo IPL. Okay, now let's create the new file inside the data source. Let's say cart service dot file, and here let's create the class cart service, and let's create the instance of the Firebase Firestore. Firebase Firestore. Let's say Firestore. Firebase Firestore dot instance, and similarly to get the user ID, define the instance of the Firebase auth. Okay, and you can get the current user ID. Just create the getter to get the current user ID from this auth. You can get the current user UID. Skip the null check here, and also collection reference. Let's say cart reference. We create the getter for the cart reference. Okay. Open up the Firebase console again, and we have this users folder. And inside the users folder, to this particular document ID, we'll have the separate collection, which is going to be sub collection. Okay. Let's copy this main collection name, and we go to the document, particular document ID, and let's keep the collection name, let's say cards. Okay, perfect. Guys, now let's create add product to the cart function. It's going to be void function. Let's provide the cart model. That's the cart item. Make it async, and define the document. From this cart ref, will be this product ID, and we'll add it to this document, this cart item to map. Okay, now let's create the function in string to show the list of the cart model. Get all cart list. Okay, let's get cart. From this cart reference, we get the snapshot, and we map it and convert it. Let's change this to snap, or maybe snapshot. And from this snapshot, we get the documents and show it to our app by mapping it. We get the document from here, and provide the document to show in our app. Convert it to list. Okay, and similarly, let's create the function to for the increment quantity. Let's say increment quantity. We only need product ID. Final doc. Final snapshot. Get the document. Write the condition if snapshot dot exists. Okay, let's return if not snapshot is exit. Define data. From this snapshot, we get the data as map string dynamic. Let's define the current quantity. Get the current quantity, particular field, quantity field. If it's empty, let's say it's 1. Oh wait, and I will update the document. Dot update. Okay, update the particular field with the current quantity by 1. Okay, and similarly for the decrement quantity, let's copy this and paste it here. Let's change this to decrement quantity, and we provide the product ID for which product quantity we are increasing or decreasing. For this one to decrease, and we get the snapshot, and if snapshot doesn't exist, then we return and we get the data from the snapshot in particular field, and we update. Okay, this time let's write the condition if current quantity is greater than 1, then we decrease by -1. Okay, for this one. And similarly, let's create the function to remove from quantity. I mean remove from cart. We need product ID. Which product we are going to delete, and delete it from the cart collection that we have defined here. Okay, and also let's clear the function to clear the quantity. I mean clear the cart function, and let's say clear cart list. Make it async. Final snapshot. Let's define your snapshot. Get all the reference from this cart. Create the for in loop. for doc in this collection. From this collection, we get the docs and we loop it to delete all the reference and we delete it. Okay, this is to delete. Let's copy this. This remove from cart and this one and paste it just below here. And after that, write this function. Okay, now let's create the function for toggling. Okay, let's write the future function. Let's say toggle select. And for this one, we provide the product where product ID. We are going to, and also we provide the value. Which product ID we are going to select or not select or on select from this collection reference. We get the document and provide the which document and we update the field. We will have this selected field. Let's open up this cart model and we have let's copy this and paste it here. And we also provide the value. Okay, and let's get the function for the select all. For this one, select all. For this one, we'll provide the boolean value, make it async, get the snapshot from the collection reference, cart reference, get all the cart reference and define the batch. Okay, and loop the batch for in, loop the document. Write a condition for var doc in snapshot dot documents. Then we'll update the batch for the document. Give the document reference and provide the data. By looping, we can make. Let's copy this and paste it here. And give the new value. And commit the batch. Okay, perfect. This is for select all. Okay, we get the snapshot and define the batch from the Firestore and loop the batch to the document in the document snapshot and commit the batch. Okay, now let's create the new file inside the repo folder, which is created in the domain folder. Let's say cart repo dot file, and it's going to be abstract class. Let's create the class cart repo, make it abstract. We're seeing the list in the string cart model, list of cart model, get cart, and similarly for add product to cart in the void function, product to cart, and we're providing the cart item. That's the item one, and here the function from to remove from the cart. We provide the product ID to this, and get the function to clear the cart, your cart. And similarly for the increment and decrement, quantity. For this, we are providing the product ID. Let's copy this and paste it here. Increment quantity. For this one also, we are providing the product ID, and let's remove this, and this is for toggle checkbox or something. Select check toggle select, okay. And we are providing boolean value also for this one, and for another method also for the selector, we are providing the value only for this. Okay, and we have created this repo mpl file. Let's create the new file here, which is inside the data source. Let's create the new file here. Sorry, cart repo mpl dot file, and let's create cart repo mpl, and we are going to implement that cart repo here. Okay, press Ctrl and dot to this, and it will select this create eight missing overrides. Okay, and provide the, let's define the cart service here. Input this file service, and provide it to the constructor. Now return the add product to cart here. Provide the item here, and here let's return the your cart, and let's copy this one and cut this one and paste it here. Get cards. Let's got this remove from cart also, and paste it below here. And similarly, return the service that decrement quantity. We provide the product ID to this, and similarly, we return the increment quantity method here, and here we return the selector that we have created in the service cart service, and here we return the toggle selector. Okay, now we have created this presentation folder. Right click on this and choose this one, new block. Click on this new block, and let's keep the name, block name cart, and it will create this new folder block here. Okay, inside this folder we have three pages: cart state, cart event, and cart block. Let's work on the cart state. Now here let's define the cart status. Let's create the enum for the cart status. Initial, loading, success, and failure. Okay, now let's remove this field, and let's define this that cart status here, and similarly let's define the list of that cart model. Import that cart model. Let's say cards, and to hold the message, define the string, nullable string message, and to this constructor, let's make cards initially empty list, and make the cart status initially, and write this dot message is null as default initially. Okay, and give the properties, class properties here. We have cart status, cards, and message. Okay, give null check here because message is nullable. Okay, let's remove this final, and we'll get the error in cart block. Now let's keep the cart state here. Let's remove this import. Okay, import the Flutter block package. Remove that and import this Flutter block package. Okay, now open up the cart state.dart file again, and right click on this property, class property, and let's create the copy with method also. Perfect. And also let's create the getter for to get the length of the cart. Okay, let's create the getter over here. Get total items. From these cards we get the length of the items, and also create the boolean for each all selected. Is not empty, and cards dot every Okay, this is for this one. And also let's create the getter for the total price. From this cards, write the condition where that condition if E is selected, then we fold it, keep the initial value 0, and let's change this to previous value to sum, and this one to E readability. And let's define the okay, over here let's define the final discounted price because we have discount also. From this E we get the price, and we subtract the price from the discounted percent. Okay, final is total price with the subtracting with the discounted price. Okay, like we have 200 price and it's 20% is the price, and we multiply like this. Okay, and we return this sum. Plus discounted price and multiply with the quantity. Okay, one selected price is going to be updated, and we subtract the price with the discount and return the sum with the discounted price and multiply the quantity with the discounted price. Okay, okay, and we have this cart event. Okay, and over here let's create the event to load the cart. And extend this with the cart event. And write the class name cart, add cart event, add product to cart event, add to cart event, and extend this with the cart event. For this one, we're providing the cart model, item, and provide it to constructor. to make it const. And similarly for the remove, create the remove from cart event and extend the with the cart event, and we'll provide the ID whose ID we are going to remove, cart ID or product ID, and provide it to the constructor. And similarly, let's create the another class. Let's say toggle. Select item event for the checkbox and extend this with the cart event for this particular checkbox for the particular item. We also have to provide the value, and provide the ID and that boolean in the constructor. And similarly, let's create the select all event here and extend this with the cart event. We provide the boolean for this only value, and provide it in the constructor. Let's add the cons here. And similarly for the increment and decrement also, let's create the class increment event and extend this with the cart event. And for this one, we provide the ID, increment, and provide it to the constructor. And similarly, let's copy this and paste it here for the decrement event. Let's change this to decrement event also. For this one also, we're providing the ID. And also let's create the event for the clear cart event, clear all products in the cart. It's a clear cart event. And extend this with the cart event. We create the constructor also for this one. I'm not providing anything to this with the const key here. Okay, now open up the cart block.dart file and let's send this to cart. Sorry, we have load cart event. Okay. First of all, let's define the repo here. Cart repo. Let's say repo and provide this to the constructor to this cart block, and let's separate this handler. Let's remove this and let's say load cart event, and similarly let's copy this and paste it here. Let's change this to add to cart event we have created just earlier. And let's change this to add to cart. And similarly, let's paste that code and send this to remove from cart and remove from cart by particular ID, cart ID or product ID, and paste it here. And let's send this to your cart event. Let's set here cart event. And similarly, let's paste that code again and we have this increment event and let's change this to increment quantity event and paste it again and let's change this to decrement event and change this to quantity event and paste that code again and let's change this to for the toggle selection item event, set toggle item event and at last we have another one toggle selection item what select all event. Select all event and change to select all event. Okay, and let's copy this function name and create the void function here and paste that function name here and we provide the event and cart state here. Load cart event file for loading and to meet we provide the cart state. Make it async and now first we'll meet the loading state. We have created the copy it method to the cart status cart state and make the cart status dot loading so the loading circle before loading the item from the repo or Firestore. Okay, and we emit a list of cart model. It's a repo and so we are looping it's a stream so we are looping it with the for each. Get all card from here from the repo and return the state this card the data from here we get the data and make the cart status dot loaded resources and on error we return the error. And we show the error message. Okay, we have defined this message and to the cart state and providing this error there. Okay, guys, now let's copy this, add to cart function name, and similarly, let's create the right function here and paste that function name here and provide the add to cart event and cart state to meet the new state. Let's say limit, make it async because it's a user, and create the try catch block and get the old list, old updated list. From the state we get the list of cards, give the type also card model, and you can to this list you can add the new item on the event. Okay, and if you get after this, now you can update, sorry, you can update the state, the new state, and make the cart status success. And if you get an error, please from the catch. Through this copy with, we can hit the message, that message coming from the catch block to string, and also make the cart status failure. Okay, now for the remove from the cart also, let's copy this and paste it just below here. It's going to be white function and paste it here and provide the remove from cart event here also and cart state also to meet the new state. Provide the cart state, make it async. Okay, write the try catch block and let's define the updated from this cart list with this where function. We make the product ID not equals to event.id, and it's going to delete, and also convert to list, so that now we can give the cards that updated list and update the and delete from repo also. And let's copy this and paste it here to the catch block. Okay, similarly, let's copy the uh, let's copy the increment quantity event and paste it here. Provide the increment quantity event and emitter card state. Look at the async and write the try catch block. First of all, we update the block state. We increase to the block state. Map is cart. We write the condition if from this element we get the product ID and we compare it this ID to the ID that is coming from the event, and we return this quantity. We make this, we add the quantity with by 1 and return the and we update the block state. First, let's copy this, got this, and paste it here and give the cards that updated list now. Okay, convert this to list and update the repo also. Provide the ID. And let's copy this and paste it here. Perfect. Similarly, let's copy this increment function and paste it here and come up. Let's copy this decrement quantity event and paste it here over here and change this to decrement quantity event, and for this one change this to subtract, and that's it for decreasing. And okay, for decreasing we have to just copy this first, and also we have the condition. Let's define the new quantity first here. New quantity. And now return quantity, new quantity. If it's less than 1, otherwise we make a 1. If it's less than 1, then we give the 1, otherwise new quantity. Okay. Okay, come up here and let's copy. Okay, let's copy this decrement. Okay, let's copy this toggle item event. We'll do this clear cart item later. And try the function. Provide the toggle selection item event here, and cart state. To meet the new state, make it async, and create the try catch block. Okay, let's copy this up to here. Let's copy this all, or let's copy this try catch block and paste it here. Okay, and remove this. For this one also we have to write the condition if the product ID match the ID from the event, and make the is select is completed. Give the value that is coming from the checkbox. Okay, and let's come up here and let's copy this select all event also, and create the void function. Let's paste here. We have the select all event and provide the cart status, cart state, sorry. To make the new state, make it async. Okay, write the try catch block, create the try catch block, and define the updated list. From the cart state, cart list, we map this cart list, and we make it selected, it's completed. Give the new value from the event. Okay, turn this to list and also update the repo. First of all, let's update the block state with this updated list. And update the repo. Get the value from event. Okay, and let's copy this and paste it here. And similarly, we have this clear cart event. Let's copy this one. Okay, let's put this just below this remove cart event. Provide the clear cart event and also that cart state to meet the new state. Make it async. Okay, emit the loading state cost. So make the cart status cart loading and write the try catch block. Clear the cart and we make the cart status dot success and also we have to make the cart empty. Okay, let's copy this failure status and paste it here. Okay, perfect. Also make here cart status dot success and do this one also for this one also. And for this one also. Also for this one, make cart status success. Update the state with the success status. Okay, perfect. Now open up the main.dart file and here let's provide the block provider. Cart block. Create the cart block and then here provide the cart echo MPL and also here cart service. Provide the cart service. So, okay. And now open up the Okay, let's minimize this cart screen. Open the cart folder and open the products folder, and we have this presentation folder, and inside the presentation folder we have this screens folder, and we have this home screen dot file, and roll down. Okay, we have this grid view dot builder. Okay, and here is the circle widget. Okay, this bottom. Okay, let's wrap this circle button. But first of all, okay, let's wrap this circle button with a widget called gesture detector, and give the on tap function blank, and right, let's execute this and provide here cart block and execute this event. Add to cart, and for the item give here. Okay, first of all, let's define the cart here. Import the cart model, and for the ID, let's give the same ID. For the cart ID, let's give the same ID of the product, and also for this one, product ID. And for the title, let's give the title from the product, and also here let's give the image URL, and for this price also with the price, and also discount. For the quantity, let's keep one as default, and when adding the product, and make the is completed false. Okay, make the is completed false as default. When you add is completed is going to be false. Okay, let's remove this, and from here you can, as default, it's going to be false. Okay, open the cart model, and just remove the required, and make this dot is completed equals to false from here. Okay, open this one, and now you do not have to give that product is completed from there, and give the cart item from to the add to the cart. Okay guys, now let's try to add product to the cart, and okay, let's reload the Firebase. Okay, product it's not added to the users collection. Okay, open up the cart block.dart file, and roll up to this add to cart method, this function. Okay, we are only adding to the cart state, cart block state, but not executing adding product to the repo. From the repo, we add product to the cart, provide the item from the event. Okay, and it will run this in the background. First of all, it will add to the cart state. Okay, and it will run this repo in the background. to add a product in the Firebase Firestore. Okay, now let's try to add the product. Click on this cart button and let's reload the Firebase console. Okay, now as you can see to this document ID, you can see the new collection. This is the shop collection to the user collection, and it created this new document ID. And as you can see, as default quantity is 1 and it's completed false, and these are coming from the products. Okay, and let's try to add another one again. And here we go. Okay, now open up the home screen and let's wrap this gesture detector with the block selector and import the cart block. Right here bool, and we write the condition. We'll find out if the product is in the cart or not by any. It will give the particular cart ID. Okay, if this ID or this product ID matches the ID of this. Okay, and change this to, let's say, is in cart. Then we execute this if it's in cart. Then we execute none, or else we execute this function. Okay, similarly to this, let's show the check icon if the product is in cart. Else we show this shopping cart icon. Okay, and you can see this here. Okay, it's showing all checked because we are added to the block state. Let's try to reload the app. And come up here, and we are not loading all the cart items from the Firestore. Okay, over here to the change the state. Provide here cart block. And load cart event. Okay, initially it will load all carts from the repo. Let's reload the app, and as you can see, two products has been added to. It's showing that this checked now. Okay, and also let's come on top to this app bar. We have this badges, this padding. Okay, let's wrap this padding with the. Okay, let's wrap this with the block selector and send this to cart block and cart state. And for this one, integer, and change this to. Okay, we get the length of this cart, and to this label text we show. Okay, let's say count. Change this to count maybe. Okay, also you can get you do not have to do that. You can get the from this state we have this total items to the cart. Okay, and give the count here. Change this to string, and you can see three products is in the cart. Okay, and also to this badges we have this is label visible. Let's say if count equals to 0, then we do not show that, otherwise we will show. Okay, now let's open up the Firebase console and let's delete this cart collection and let's delete it. Open the app again and you see there is nothing. Now let's try to add again and you see this here. Okay guys, now let's minimize this products folder and we have this cart folder. We have created a cart screen inside the screens folder. Now okay, over here we have this list view builder to show this list of the product to the cart screen. Let's wrap this with the block builder and import the Flutter block package to this file also, and here provide this cart block, import this file also, change this to cart state, and right here write the condition if state dot cart status equals to cart status dot loading, and then we return the center result child text. While loading, let's show the circular progress indicator. Okay, and also write the condition if state dot cart status to state dot carts, if it is empty, then we return the empty text in the center widget. And in cart, your cart is empty. Let's say your cart is empty. Okay, and also write the condition if state dot cart status equals to cart status dot success. Then we return this list view builder. Let's copy this list view builder. Got this list view builder, and after this we return this side box here. After this success condition, inside that list success is status. Let's paste that code. We copy it. This list view builder. Return it here, and remove this now. Okay, keep this one, and okay. Also over here, let's change this one to this state gives the list of carts item, and you'll see these two products in the cart. Okay, perfect. And we have this circle widget. Let's grab this circle widget with the widget called gesture detector and keep the on-tap function blank and execute. Let's import cart block here. Give the cart block and right here remove from cart event. Okay, provide this event remove from cart and give the product ID here. Okay, now let's try to remove and this will be removed. And if you see the let's reload the app. I'm in Firebase console and you only see one document here. Let's try to delete this one also and this will be deleted too. Okay, perfect. Let's add some products to the cart now. Okay, checkbox here. Okay, to this value, let's give it's completed and as default it's false. And to this on send function, let's run this execute this event. Toggle the selected item event and provide here product.id and keep the null check to this value. And now let's open the Firebase and let's try to check on this. And it's updated, but it's not updating this. It's completed. It's updating this quantity. If you click on it, it's updating the quantity. Okay. Now let's open up the cart block.dart file and Control F and search for toggle. And you see here we ran this increment by. Okay. Execute this and provide here event.id and event.value. Okay. After updating the cart state, cart block state, we execute to the repo. We update to the repo. Now let's open the Firebase console and let's try to select now. And this field has been updated now. Okay, perfect. Okay, now come to top again. We open up the cart screen.dart file and okay, we have this my cart list container. Let's open this, go to this definition and scroll down. We have this quantity, this text to show the quantity over here. Let's wrap this text with the block selector and import the Flutter block package. I'll change this to cart block, import this and also change this to the cart state and to this one change it to int and define here final item from this cart first where we compare e dot product id equals to product id. Okay, come on top here. Let's get the product id. Final define the product id here. Require it to the constructor, and you get the error to the wishlist also. Let's open this wishlist screen and to this let's give the product id for now. Open the my list container now, and you can give here product id. Okay, we got the error here because we have to give the product id. Product, give the product id. Now open the my list container and below here write the condition or else you can provide the cart, sorry, cart model, give empty if you get any. If there is no id, then still let's show this and change this to 0. Okay, and return the quantity. Okay, perfect, and you have show the quantity here now from this state. Let's change this to quantity. On it to string. Okay, and you'll see the exact quantity from Firestore. Okay, guys, now we have this circle widget to decrease the quantity. Let's wrap this with the widget called gesture detector and give the on tap function blank and execute this decrement event. Cart block. Okay, now let's try to decrease, but it's increasing. Okay, open up the cart block and we have this increment quantity event, and below here decrement quantity event. We copied the increment quantity event, but we forgot to change this earlier. Let's change this to decrement event and provide the event ID here from the event. Now let's try to decrease, and it will decrease, and below 1 it will not decrease. Okay, because we have the condition if it's less than 1 it's going to be 1. Okay, and open this screen, this widget again. my list container, and we have this circle widget to increase the quantity. Let's wrap this with the gesture detector and with the untap function blank. Now execute the increment event. Keep product.id here. Now let's try to increase, and it's increasing. Okay, perfect. Now open up the cart screen again and roll up. Okay, let's remove this product list dot import file, and let's wrap this row for the select all. Let's wrap this with the block selector and change this to cart block. Here, change this to boolean. Okay, let's return here if carts state dot carts dot is not empty, and here change this to is not empty. Oh, sorry. You can say here as a item in the cart or something. Okay, now write the condition here. If not has items in the cart, let's see items, then we return const. So let's return side box dot string. Okay, now let's delete this, and you will not see this select all checkbox also. Okay, now let's wrap this transform scale with the block selector and give here cart block, change this to cart state, and give the type boolean here, and we return here this one is all selected that we have defined in the over here. Okay, it's going to select if it's completed or not. Okay, open the card screen again, and let's change this to select all. Let's say select all. Let's copy this one and keep here its value this one, and execute the block event. Import the card block here and execute this select all event here. Keep the value, this new value. Okay, keep the null check here. And let's try to add product to the cart again, and let's see, will this work or not? Yeah, it's working. Okay, perfect. Now come down below and let's style this. If the text style, make the keep the font size 25 and make the font weight dot bold, and let's clear this. And now it's looking cool. Okay, we have this app bar. Let's try to add. We have this app bar. It's showing this delete notification icon. I mean delete icon. Okay, over here. Let's wrap this padding widget with the block selector and change this to cut block, and keep the type here boolean. If the cart is empty, change this one to is empty or cart. Okay, if it's empty, then let's wrap this my circle widget with the widget called gesture detector, and give the ontap function blank here. Okay, if is empty cart, then we do not have to clear. Okay, clear this cart. Okay, else we execute that. Clear all event. Okay, and let's wrap this my circle widget with the widget called opacity maybe. And for this one, let's give the opacity. Okay, right here, if it's 50 cut, then let's make it to 0.4, else 1.0, sorry. Okay, and let's try to clear all. And you see, cannot press this one also, and opacity is 0.4. Okay, perfect. Now let's try to add again. Okay, and now opacity is 1.0 and we are able to clear this. Okay, now we have created this bottom sheet. Let's roll down and let's wrap this bottom sheet with the block selector again, and input here cut block. Okay, and okay, sorry. we give the type int. We have total items and price, total price. Okay, and define total items. Let's give this total items. From this state, we get the total items. Here we have find the total items here. Okay, we have created the getter for the total items, and also we have created getter for the total price here. Okay, and similarly, let's get the total price here. Change this to, sorry, define the total price here. Okay, and we can now return both total items and total price because we have defined like this here, both total items and total price. Okay, now give the total price and total items, total items. Okay, return the total price and total items, and you can keep change this to data, and we have here let's show total item here. Okay, total items, correct the spelling. Okay, similarly here, so the total price, and if you select, you'll see the total price, and let's increase. It's updating to. Let's increase this and decrease also. It's updating. Let's clear this. Okay, perfect. Clear all, and this will be updated too. Okay, perfect. Okay, now let's create the. Okay, first of all, inside the. Let's open the products folder, and inside the product folder, let's create the. There is a presentation folder, and there is a screens folder. Let's create a new file here. Let's change this to detail. Let's give the name detail product screen that file, and here let's create the stateless widget, and let's send this to detail product screen. Be perfect, and scaffold. Click on the scaffold here. Now here let's define the product model to show the product to this screen. Let's change this to product only and require it to the constructor. Okay, give the body now here column children, and give the app bar title text. Okay, let's show here. Let's change this to product detail. Okay, now open up the home screen, and okay, let's wrap this all products. Sorry, yeah, go to that grid here. Okay. Okay, let's wrap this product grid container with the widget called just a detector and with the on tap function blank, and now navigate to that detail material page route. Navigate that product detail with the material page route. Product detail product screen. Okay, we get the product here from this screen. Okay, perfect. Now I should click on this. We will go to this particular screen. Okay, open the detail product screen again, and we have this column. Let's image on top. With the image, give the white. Let's give the white double to infinity. Give the height maybe 350. And here we go. Okay, you can also give fit, box fit. Make fit box fit dot cover. Change this to 400 maybe. Okay, let's change this to content instead of that cover, and yeah, it's fine. Okay, now below this, let's keep the size box height of 15, and let's show here title product dot title, and you'll see the title here. Let's wrap this column with the padding widget, and give the padding all side by 20. Okay, perfect. Let's style this also. Style, give the text style, give the font size by 25, and make the font weight dot bold. Okay, perfect. And below this, let's give the size box again, give the height of 10, and give the text widget again. Let's show description here, product dot description, and let's see, here is the description. Let's multiply this with maybe 200, and you will see long description like that. And also let's make this column cross axis element to start. Okay, and wrap this column with the widget called single child scroll view to fix this row. Okay, perfect. And maybe let's wrap this uh, with the container. This image with the container. Give the decoration box decoration, and give the colors dot gray dot shade 200, and let's just going to look, and you see the background color there. Give the border radius circular by 12. Okay. Also, let's give the padding to this one. 20. Okay, perfect. And I don't want to show this here app bar. Let's remove that app bar. Okay, perfect. And Maybe let's wrap. Okay, maybe let's wrap this column with the what's it called safe area. Okay, and we have this container. Now let's wrap this container with the column widget and change this column with the stack and give the okay inside the children this container. Okay, let's create a row and children. Okay, and we'll show the icon. Sorry, we have this circle widget we created earlier. Let's import that and give the child icons dot arrow back here, and you'll see this icon there. And also we have the icon. Let's show circle icon again. Circle widget with the icons dot favorite here. Okay, let's give the colors to this, and let's give the colors dot red to this one. Okay, and wrap this row with the maybe position widget, and for the left let's make it to 0, and for the right also let's make it to 0, and for the top let's make it to 10 maybe. Okay, let's make 10 to the left and 10 to the right. Okay, perfect. And let's make this row main axis alignment space between. Okay, perfect. Now looking cool. Okay, let's increase the size of this icon, or yeah, keep it like this. Okay, and below this padding, let's give the bottom sheet. Let's give column and children, and maybe okay, you can keep that, and let's keep text widget here, and right here price. Okay, here you go. Let's make this main axis sorry, minimum main axis size to main axis size dot minimum. Okay, perfect. Let's wrap this column with the widget called safe area 2, and save it. Also wrap this column with the widget called padding. Sorry, wrap this with the padding widget 25 to all side. Okay, and okay, let's copy. Let's remove this. Yeah, keep it as it is. Okay, below here, let's create another row and create the row widget, and let's show your text. And no, it's fine. Let's remove the row. Let's show the text first, and price for that text, and we have this my button widget. Let's show here. Let's make the on press function blank, and for the button text, so add to cart maybe. And let's see, here is the button text. And let's wrap this my button with the size box and give the white double dot infinity. Okay, perfect. Now let's make cross-axis alignment. Cross-axis alignment to start for this one. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's make one leash top by 15 and left by 20 maybe, and right by 22 and bottom by 20. Perfect. And let's style this text. It's not looking good. You can show here that price product dot price, and also style this. Let's style text style. Give the font size by 20 and make the font weight bold also if you want to make it bold. Okay, perfect. And give the size box here. Below this text, let's give the size box height of 15. We can also below this button, let's give the size box height of 10. Okay, and it's looking good. Okay, and it will not work because okay. Let's wrap this circle widget with the widget called just a detector and give the on tap function blank and just navigate to just pop up that screen. And now you can go back. Click on it, you can go back and click on this one. Okay. Okay, now let's wrap this my button uh, with the block selector. Okay, import this block selector and also cart block. Cart state and change this to boolean. From this cart, let's say product ID equals to sorry product dot ID. Okay, product ID and cart ID is similar. We have kept this similar. And let's say is in cart here. Then if it's in cart, then we do nothing else. We execute this function, and as you can see, it's disabled. This button is disabled now. Go back and to this one, it's enabled. Okay, and run the execute this event to add product to the cart. Okay, here let's define the cart. For the ID, let's give the same ID, that product ID. For the cart ID, let's give the same ID, that product ID is as And for the title, let's give the product title. Similarly, for the image URL, let's give the same image URL. For the price, give the price of the product. And for the discount also, let's give the discount. And for the quantity, let's give one. And here, let's give that cart your item and save it. And now, if you try to click on it, it will be added to the cart. Okay, perfect. Okay, cool. Guys, now let's create the wishlist functionality also. Let's we have this wishlist folder, and we have this domain folder which is inside the wishlist folder. Let's create a new folder here, model, and create another folder, repo, and inside the model folder, let's create a new file. Let's say wishlist model dot file, and here let's create the class wishlist model and extend this with the executable package. Okay, let's create the missing override. Okay, create the class properties. We'll have wishlist ID and which product we are adding to the wishlist. So give the product ID also, and also title, product title. Let's on the wishlist, and also let's keep uh, image URL, and we'll have the price is in the double format. Okay, and let's make it a string also for this product ID. And let's create the copy with method, create the constructor field first. Let's make like const here, smaller form. Okay, and also press Ctrl and dot and generate copy with method. And similarly, dot map and generate JSON serialization. Okay, remove this. We do not need this. And remove this dot convert also. And over here, let's get the ID, product ID, title, image URL, and price. Okay, now inside the data folder, let's create two new folders again. Going to be data source, and let's create another folder. Mm, let's say wishlist repo IPL, and create the new file to the data source. Let's say wishlist service dot that file. Okay, open up the roll up, and let's copy the from this cart folder. We have this cart service dot dat file which is inside this data source. Let's copy all these and paste it to wishlist service dot dat file we have just created. Change this cart service to wishlist service. No need to type again all these, because it's the same things. Let's change this collection name to wishlist. Okay, you can keep cart ref as it is. Let's change this to wishlist. Okay, we're adding the new collection to the document user, which is providing user ID. Okay, this collection is going to be sub collection to the users in the particular UID. Okay, and provide here wishlist model, wishlist, and change this to wishlist. Okay, and from here, let's change this cart model to first of all, let's change this type to wishlist model, and here uh, change this to wishlist model dot from map. Okay, you can save this. We'll do that later on. Okay, from here, keep it as it is, and to here also keep it as it is. Let's change this to remove from wishlist. Let's change this to wishlist, and change this to wishlist too. Okay, remove the increment and decrement. We do not have to increment, and also this selector. You can keep that if you want. If you want, select here too. Okay, let's remove this model now. Cart model import. Okay, let's change this to wishlist also. Let's copy this and select this and press Ctrl D to select all and paste that wishlist ref here. Okay, perfect. Now from the cart feature, let's copy the repo also, cart repo, and paste it to. Let's create a new file here inside the domain folder. There is repo folder. Let's create here wishlist repo.dat file and paste that code here. We do not need select all include stitch. Change this to wishlist. Similarly to wishlist. Remove from wishlist and the function name, and also this one to wishlist. And we are providing the list model here. Okay, and here let's create the new file wishlist impl repo impl. Let's say repo impl dot file, and let's create the class wishlist repo impl, and now implements that wishlist. Okay, we have to change the cart repo. We change the class name to cart repo that abstract class and implement that wishlist repo here, and press Ctrl and dot to over here and create 4 missing overrides and define the wishlist service. Okay, let's copy this and paste it here, import this. Okay, import this file and provide it to the constructor. Okay, and to here, let's return this list item, and similarly to here, return the clear all wish list from the wishlist service. And also here, let's return get all wish list. Change this to wish list model. Okay, open the wish list model, wish list repo, and change this one to wish list model. Okay, and here also let's return wish list service. Go to remove from cart list and provide the product ID. Let's remove this cart model import file. Okay, and to the presentation folder, now let's create a new block. Right click to the presentation and create that. Let's say wish list block. Give the name wish list block name, and okay, now to this file wishlist.state. Now here let's remove this field, and here let's create the wishlist status enum. We'll have initial coding loaded error state, and here let's define the wishlist status. Change this. Okay, yeah, we have defined here enum wishlist status, and also let's define the list of wishlist model. Let's say wishlist, and also to hold the message, make it nullable, and also provide here this dot wishlist status. Initial is going to be initial status, and also this wishlist going to be empty list, and it's going to be null. It is null. Okay, and to this here, let's provide the class property here. We have wishlist status, and message. Give the null check here. Okay, let's remove this now. Okay, and also over here, let's press Ctrl and dot and create generate copy with method. Okay, open the wishlist block file, and let's give here wishlist state, and remove this one from here. Let's import wishlist Flutter block. Okay, over here, let's create the handler. Let's copy. Okay, from this cart event, we have let's copy this event. Okay, to the wishlist event and paste it here. Okay, this cart event. Let's Control D and send this to wishlist event, and let's give the space now. Sorry, just undo and let's change this cart event to wishlist. Wishlist event. This is this one. Okay, perfect. And here we provide the wishlist model. Okay, we have load to cart event, load cart event. Sorry, change this to wishlist. Add to wishlist event and remove from wishlist. Okay, now also let's copy this cart block and let's copy up to here. Okay, first let's define the wishlist repo here and provide it to the constructor also. Okay, let's paste that code. Select this card and send this to wishlist. Load wishlist. Okay, perfect. And open the this file again, card block, and let's copy add to cart and remove from cart and clear from cart copy here and paste it to this list block here below here. Paste that here. Okay, first of all, let's work on load wishlist. Let's send the font name here and also let's change this to load wishlist, change this to load state. Sorry, wishlist state and let's remove this stat cart status and send this to wishlist status. Wishlist status dot loading and we get send this to wishlist model and get wishlist here and also remove this one and give the wishlist data and make the wishlist status dot load it and remove this one also and make the wishlist status dot fill for this. Okay, perfect. And also let's open the block again and sorry, open the wishlist block and let's copy this function name and paste it here. Send this to add to wishlist event and this one to wishlisted and this one to wishlist model and from here we'll get the wishlist. Okay, remove this one. Keep the wishlist that updated list and make the wishlist status dot loaded. We define it as loaded and to the repo we add the, from the event we provide the item, and similarly let's remove this and make the wishlist status wishlist status dot failure inside the catch block. And let's copy this again and set this to this one and this one to this one and change this to wishlist state and this one to wishlist. And from here let's remove this. Okay, let's remove this and give the wishlist that updated list and give the wishlist status, which is wishlist status dot loaded, and change this to remove from cart and from the event we get the ID and also let's send this to wishlist status dot failure. Okay, and at last let's copy this wishlist event, clear wishlist event, and send this to this one and change this to clear wishlist event and change this to wishlist state and let's send this wishlist status loading and clear wishlist here. Okay, make the wishlist blank and this one loaded and change this to failure. Okay, perfect. Now open up the main.dat file and over here let's create the block provider and put that wishlist block wishlist repo impl give your wishlist repo impl and give your wishlist service. Okay, perfect. And now open up the okay, first of all, okay, let's open up the products folder and inside there is a presentation folder and we have this screens folder and detailed product screen folder and we have this favorite icon on top here somewhere inside this stack. Let's wrap this circle widget with the block selector and import wishlist block. Right here boolean and right here dot wishlist dot any. Okay, let's change this to e and e dot product id because to write the condition product dot id. If product is already in the wish list, then change this to using wish list Okay, let's change this to, let's wrap this with the gesture detector and give the untapped fonts on here. And let's execute this one. Okay, write the condition here. If is in wish list, then we add execute this function. This block and enter add to wish list event and give the product here. So let's define here wish list final wish list equals to wish list. Import that wish list model. For the ID, we get the ID of the product, and for this one also we get the same ID and the title of the product title. And for this one also, let's give the product.image URL, and for the price also, let's give the product.price. And here let's give the wish list. Okay, perfect. We wrote the condition. Okay, but let's make it, if not is in wish list, then we add to the wish list. We add product to the wish list. Let's run this event. Remove from wish list. Give the product ID here. Okay, now let's load this. And let's try to add. Sorry, over here we're showing this icon. If it's in wish list, then we show this one favorite icon. Otherwise, we show the favorite icon with it outlined. Okay, sorry, I ran this with your wish list block. With the product ID. Give this secondary from wish list. Okay, first now let's try to do this. Okay, we can also change the color if it's in wish list. Then we save this red color, otherwise maybe just show the gray color. Gray dot theater 600. Okay, and let's try to click. Okay, perfect. And now open the browser and let's reload the Firebase console. And reload the, and we have this wishlist collection also. Let's go back and Perfect. Okay, now open up the presentation folder, and inside the presentation folder we have this screens folder. Let's open the wishlist screen.dat file, and okay, let's wrap this expanded widget with the block builder, and let's import the Flutter block package, and let's send this to this list. Okay, wishlist block, and this one to wishlist state, and write the condition here if state dot wishlist wishlist status equals to wishlist status dot loading. Then we return the circular progress indicator. Okay, let's wrap the circular progress indicator with the center widget showing the center, and also let's copy this and paste it here. And if we failed, then we return the text. Okay, in the center widget, let's inside text. Let's show the message with the non-check. Okay, I'll change it to string. And also let's write the condition if state dot is dot sorry this list is empty, then we return state text. Empty list. Okay, let's reload the app, and okay, you'll see empty wish list like this here. Okay, change this to okay. Open the main.dat file, and here, so let's load wish list event initially to load all the event. To load wish list. Okay, and write the condition here if state dot wish list equals to wish list dot loaded. Then we return this list view. Let's copy this, expand it, and got this, expand it, and let's return inside here. This that here and return here size box. Okay, perfect. And with the length here of the wish list, change this to this also, and everything is same. Let's keep ID null here. Okay, let's reload the app and let's see. Let's see those list here. Yeah, let's see. Okay, let's try another one. Let's add another one to the wish list. Go back and let's see. You'll see another product. Okay, now we have this close icon. Let's delete this. Let's wrap this with the gesture detector and with the on tap function and as with this uh, context dot read provide your wishlist block and as with this event with your ID product ID. Now let's try to delete and it will be deleted and delete this one also and it's deleted from here to let's try to add and let's see product has been added to this list. Okay, similarly, let's remove this one. We have this circle widget. Let's wrap this with the listed detector and with the on tap function blank. Let's execute that. Clear wishlist event. Okay, let's try add. Now execute this and to be clear. Okay, perfect. Let's style this text. Let's style make the font size 24 and also make the font weight dot bold. Okay, perfect. And you can also make the this one. I mean disable that button if there is no product in the wish list. Okay, let's do that. Let's wrap this padding with the block selector. Change this to list block. Okay, and here the length of that. Okay, let's say it's empty. Let's change this to is empty. Then let's disable this else from this function. Okay. Also, let's grab this with the widget called opacity and can give the opacity if it's empty. Then let's give 1.4 otherwise 1. Okay, guys, let's fix this. We are getting the opacity error. Let's fix this. Let's change this to 0.4. Okay, perfect. Now let's try to add product to the wish list. Uh, it's okay. Now, also there is, okay, let's remove this expanded widget from here. Remove this widget. Okay, it should be outside here, block builder. Let's wrap this block builder with the expanded widget. Okay, perfect. And let's load the app now. And add product to cart. And remove from cart. Increase. Remove from cart. And add product to wish list. Okay, it will go. Let's add it to the wish list. You can clear all. So product by category, and let's log in. Okay, let's register. Okay, we have been registered. Now let's add product, okay, to the wish list and also to the cart. Here we go. You can also add and remove from the wish list from here also, and from here also. Okay, you see new user. You are logged in with the new user now. Okay, and select all. Okay, and also open up the, we are getting here EDC rule. Let's open up the cart screen. Okay, here's the cart screen. Here inside here we have this cart screen. Source total price. Okay, let's set it to two string as fixed, and we should fix this zero. Okay, perfect. Okay, and you can also log out and now log in with the same email. So okay, perfect. Now log out, and we have also forget password to reset the password, new password. Click on the reset link, and reset link will be sent to your email. Okay, guys, this is how you can create the commerce app in by using Flutter, Firebase, and by using block state management in clean architecture. Thanks for watching this video.